from, you know, just nature. And so I was in there, I was just kind of thinking, you know, it's either going to take me or, you know, it's all going to be all right.
It is the top of the hour. Nichole Berlie live in Chicago. Thank you for sticking with us. The death toll is climbing today after a string of severe weather and tornadoes left behind a path of destruction. Look at your screen there. At least 19 people are dead in Kentucky after tornadoes ripped through, with more severe weather possible this week. We are expecting an update from officials in St. Louis this hour with more on the storms. And it's not only Missouri that was hit. Other states, as we said, like Kentucky, Illinois. NewsNation tracking it all, and meteorologist Max Paris will join us in just moments. But first, I'd like to bring in St. Louis Alderwoman Daniela Velazquez. She's been in the community helping out the people who were hit hard by those storms. Alderwoman, thank you so much for giving us some of your time. First of all, just describe what is the situation on the ground there in St. Louis, and then how bad is the destruction in your district?
Absolutely. So the destruction is pretty bad where the storm hit. As you probably reported on, the storm at one point was nearly a mile wide and 22 miles long. And so the places where it did hit, it looks exactly like the pictures that you've pulled up. It's pretty devastating. People have lost their homes, their lives, their memories. My district in particular was, for the most part, spared. I think we had one tree that fell down, but the ward I serve it's very similar to the wards that were hard hit. So we have a lot of brick houses. So if it would have just moved a little bit, we would have been looking at the same things in our neighborhood. So we've been doing, and for us, I represent a district that's on the south side. Most of the places that were hit were on the north side. I believe you lived and anchored in St. Louis.
I did, yeah. So yeah, I'm very familiar with that area.
And so where it hit, it was really bad. So what we've been doing is I stood up a supply donation drive on the south side, and we've been just focusing on getting supplies to people who need it. We probably collected 100 tarps in the first day. We've been collecting tarps, food, diapers, fresh fruit. So in the past couple days, just from my ward, we've delivered three 10-foot U-Haul trucks worth of supplies to community groups up north. We've delivered fresh fruit and diapers to one of the Red Cross shelters. So because I can sit in my place of privilege and be able to help, that's what we're doing. That's what my community has been doing, and really we've been receiving donations from all across the St. Louis region to really support our friends and neighbors up on the north side.
Yeah, and many of those homes, they're in the northern part of St. Louis already. You know, many of those communities need a lot of help, need a little extra TLC there. So, Alderwoman, you mentioned the fact that you are putting together these drives for goods. I know you mentioned tarps, you know, obviously water. What types of things are most needed right now?
So right now we're kind of pivoting into storm preparation. We're actually supposed to get some more severe weather today and tomorrow. So we are collecting tarps. Actually, as you can see by those houses, the biggest need is for people who know how to put on the tarps or have the equipment to put on the tarps, because some of these are big 2-story, 3-story homes. So wood nails, caulk guns, tarps, anything that will help protect those properties from further damage is what we're really trying to do. Why people kind of figure out you know, what they're doing with their lives. Because I said, we had about 5,000 homes affected. So that's what we're looking for now. As in most emergency situations, things are changing. So as we're able to assess what people need, the donations will change. We've seen an uptick of the need for shelter space. I think we have 4 shelters open now, and that's gone up since the initial 2. So, you know, anything for families, diapers, we delivered a lot of diapers yesterday, fresh fruit. I would say, you know, anything that you're giving, think about if that's something that you would receive, because that's why we've been so happy to receive these fresh grapes and fresh fruit, because people in shelters deserve to eat healthy too. So we're really just focused on that, and really just focused on pivoting depending on what people need in this moment.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.